There are moments when the heart feels exiled, far from faith, far from peace, far from God. But even in a foreign land, the Lord's love still finds us. Today, this prayer is for you, the one who misses his presence, yet still believes that God can hear you. Close your eyes and feel heaven drawing near. Lord, sometimes I feel like you're exiled people sitting by a distant river trying to understand how I ended up here. My soul is tired, and the memories of the days when I felt your presence hurt more than the silence itself. I wonder if there's still a song left in me, if there's still faith somewhere inside this longing. And even without strength, I still lift my eyes and call upon you because my heart knows you are still listening. There are places, Lord, where the body is present but the spirit feels absent. Cold places where faith fades and hope grows quiet. And it's in that place that I find myself now, far from Zion, far from joy, trying to remember the sound of your voice. But even here, among tears, something within me whispers that your love never left. The river flows before me, carrying the fragments of who I used to be. Every memory, every dream, every old prayer seems to drift away without direction. But I believe, Lord, that you gather even the tears that fall upon this foreign land. Nothing is lost before you. Even weeping becomes a hymn when it's born from a broken heart. Sometimes I want to sing, but I can't find my voice. The pains of exile have stolen my song, and my heart feels out of tune. But then I remember, even silence can be a prayer. Even without words, the Spirit cries out. And maybe it's in this silence, Lord, that you speak the loudest. So here I am, between what I've lost and what I still hope to find. The wind touches the waters and your Spirit touches my soul. I haven't returned to Zion yet, but I can feel you coming toward me. Because even in exile, you still hear me. Lord, there are days when the soul simply sits down, tired, weak and silent, watching the river flow. Just as your people hung up their harps, I too stopped singing. What once was praise has become longing. What once was certainty has turned to silence. But even without music, my heart still seeks you, because it knows your love doesn't depend on my voice. It finds me even when I can no longer sing. I remember, Lord, when I used to worship you with joy, when my heart would tremble just to feel your presence. But now, the melody feels distant, and the sound of hope hides among the dry branches of fear. Still, something deep inside me insists on breathing faith, because even wounded, my soul still belongs to you. The enemy wants me to believe it's over, that the time of your presence has passed, that the fire of faith has gone out. But I know you, Lord. You are the God who lights embers in the middle of the ashes. You turn silence into song and captivity into an altar. Even if my hands are empty, I give you what's left, a broken heart, but yours. And here, sitting by the riverbank, I begin to understand that exile is not the end, it's the beginning. You haven't abandoned me, Lord. You've simply called me closer to a place where dependence is total and faith is raw. A place where love is not a feeling, but a way to survive. So, Lord, don't let me grow comfortable with the distance. Let the longing for you stay alive within me, because even without a harp, I still have prayer. And even without a song, I still have faith. And in this silent faith, I will wait for you. Lord, there's a weight in silence that words can't describe. It's as if the soul has been taken from where it belonged and placed in a strange land. The voices around me ask for joy, ask for songs, but the heart knows you can't sing when the altar feels far away. Still, within the silence, there's a soft echo. The sound of your presence that never left. There are moments when hope falls asleep and it feels like nothing will wake it again. Time passes, promises seem distant, and faith becomes just a memory. But even then, Lord, something inside me still beats. It's faint, almost unnoticeable, but it's life. And that small flame is enough for me to keep believing that you still hear me, even when everything inside feels like a desert. The enemy tries to convince my heart that silence means absence, but I've learned, Lord, that your silence also speaks. It's the time when you shape, heal, and prepare. It's the space between the cry and the song, the moment when faith learns to breathe without needing answers. Even tired, I still lift my eyes to the sky of this foreign land, because even here, far from Zion, the sky remains the same. You have not changed, Lord. And if your throne still stands firm, then my hope can stand too. I just need to wait for you. So even if exile tries to silence my soul, I choose to remain. I choose to believe that the time of singing will come again. Because whoever plants prayer in the desert will harvest miracles in the promised land. Lord, something is beginning to awaken inside me. The same heart that once fell silent now longs to sing again. It's not a song of celebration, but a whisper from someone who has survived the longing. It's the soul remembering you, just as your people once remembered Jerusalem. Even from afar, the memory of your presence rekindles hope, and what once felt like an ending begins to turn into rebirth. I realize now that I'd never truly forgot you, Lord. Even when fear made me doubt, your name remained engraved within me. That's why it hurts so much, because even in the distance, my spirit still loved you. Now I understand. Exile didn't erase my faith, it refined it. It came back simpler, purer, more yours. Before I sought you for what I could feel. Now I seek you for what I believe. And your love, once distant, now embraces me again, gentle as a breeze crossing the desert. I feel life returning to my chest and your voice calling me home. Silence turns into prayer, and prayer into song. The tears that once fell in sorrow now flow as worship. The same river that once carried away my hope now brings back your presence. And I see that the place of pain has become the place of restoration, because you were always here, waiting for me to remember you. And now, Lord, even in exile I sing, not because everything has gone back to normal, but because your love beats within me once again. My soul remembers Jerusalem, not as a lost past, but as a living promise. And as I sing, I feel heaven drawing near once more. Lord, now I understand. Exile was never the end. It was the path. The desert that broke me also taught me to hear you without needing signs. Captivity wasn't punishment. It was encounter. Because they're far from everything, I learned that your presence doesn't depend on a place, it dwells within me. Even when the world pulled me away from Zion, your spirit never stopped living in my heart. The joy that once seemed lost now rises again, not as a fleeting emotion, but as a deep certainty. The certainty that you heard me when I cried, held me when I fell, and waited for me when I wandered away. You turned my tears into song, and what once was pain has become testimony. Now every scar speaks of your love that sustained me. Today I rise from the riverbank. I take back the harp I once hung up. My hands tremble, but the sound that comes from them is pure, the sound of grace rediscovered. I don't sing because captivity has ended. I sing because your love never did. I sing because even in exile you remained my God. And as I look back, I see that every tear brought me here. Every unanswered night taught me to trust. Every silence hid your presence, preparing me to live again. The place of my fall became the altar of my restoration. And now, Lord, I thank you, because joy has come to dwell in me once more. Even in exile, you heard me. And now that I've found you again, I never want to drift away. May my life be a constant song of gratitude. May my faith never fall silent again, because those who find you in captivity can never live without your presence. If this prayer spoke to your heart, close your eyes for a moment and feel God's presence surrounding you. Write in the comments, Lord, even in exile, I know you hear me. And if you love prayers that touch the heart, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. May the Lord bless you and bring you back to the place of His joy.